Next, we're going to program the location button because we have the shapes button done, but they're all right on top of each other, right? So let's get this location button working. I'm going to go to Design View. I'm going to click on the Locations button, which is written in kind of a backwards camel case. Come on, code.org. And then I'm going to automatically insert and show that code. That callback function is tricky to write. And here it is. And what I want to change for this particular set of properties is the X and Y position of the icon. So I'm going to change, first, same principle applies. I'm going to change it with just one. So I'm going to set the property of that icon 0, my test icon, and I'm going to change the X position of that to some random location between this edge of the screen and that edge of the screen. And just looking at the screen, you can see that it goes to about 317. It goes 314. Yep, from 0 to about 317, somewhere in there. So maybe 320 is the edge. But I'm just going to say, I'm going to set it to a random number. And I'm going to set that random number to about, let's make it 25 so it's not too far over on the edge, and 300 so it's not too far on the edge on the X axis. And I'm going to run the program and just test it. I like to write a little code, test it, write a little code, test it. And let's see how that looks. When I hit shapes, I get a bunch of shapes up. Now let's see what this zero icon, icon does. It does move all over the screen. From 25, all the way over. It just doesn't seem to be going over very far. So I'm going to switch it to 0, reset, run. I'm going to put in some shapes and then do the random locations thing. That seems to be just a little better. So I'm going to set it to 0 to 300. It never seems to go off the screen that way. I'm going to repeat that process with the Y property. So I'm going to set the property of icon 0 again. And I'm going to set the Y property. I'm going to set it to a random number. I find random in the math blocks. Random number. And this time I'm going to set it to, let's see here. I can go from 0 and the Y axis all the way down. I start to get a little nasty here about the 300 zone. So I'm going to go 375 to keep it off of the bottom of the screen and see how that looks. So we run it. I see some shapes, I hit locations, and that's, sometimes that goes into the button zone a little bit, but overall, that's pretty good. It does zoom down in the button thing sometimes too, but we'll go with that. Now, I want this to be for not just one sprite, but all 20 of the sprites. So I, again, am going to use a for loop. For loops are in control. I get that blue control button in there. I make a for loop that's going to go through all 20 of my icons. I'm going to change the property of icon 0, change the property of the X position and the Y position. But now I'm going to change all of them by just going plus I. So I'm going to add icon plus the current value of the index, which is going to be icon 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way till 19. And I'm going to do the same thing with this other icon. And now I am going to go through all the icons, all 20 icons. I'm going to move them, and they should all change locations. Let's see if that works. I run it. I make some shapes, and then locations, 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 locations. Look at those locations scramble. Wow, that's kind of cool. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, now that works, the next thing I got to code up is this colors button. So that's coming in the next video.